my fifth attempt to start on this, but Gija keeps talking over me by saying really, really offensive things. Welcome to Amnian Nights. We had our League of Legends, the gladiatorial tournament yesterday. The group made it through 3 rounds, and they are now in the bracket. They get money now, even if they lose, which they probably will at some point. So we are on the dawn of the next day. Everybody has. Did you rest at Adventurers Guild or did you tavern it? The Copper Coroner or Adventurers Guild? Do you reckon?
Probably just the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
Okay. So Adventurers Guild. Wake up bright and early. Asher brewed a health potion overnight. Siri applied a tattoo. Which tattoo was it you did? Was it your blessed tattoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Using one of her own feathers, mixing it with the ink and applying a pattern.
And first thing in the morning, before you set off to the arena, I believe you have things you want to do.
Well, I guess my first question would be, Cities outside just pre-dawn, maybe like 45 minutes before dawn, and waiting to see if Atticus will meet her, as she had asked if he'd want us to go for a pre-dawn row along the Amn River with her the previous night. And so she is just there tying up her bootlaces, seeing if her brother will join.
Atticus is, of course, always up for a good row and will arrive late.
Okay.
You roll 3d20, 7 minutes late.
So they'll make their way down to the river where Cirrus found that little kind of place where you can just rent a 2-person rowboat and sort of small talk about nothing, or maybe just probably be quiet.
It's amazing seeing the city from this like whole new angle, you know?
I like how quiet it is.
Very peaceful.
So, I got you something.
Oh?
Yeah. I take
Why?
out from... well, it may have been a special occasion recently, and... well, just open it, okay? I thought I saw it and I thought you might like it. And she's gonna hand you a parcel.
Somewhat
Silk.
confused and tentative, Atticus will reach out and take it. But
Inside,
like, what is it though?
I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Open it. Stop being a baby.
What is it with you and surprises, honestly? Fine.
It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing.
And
you need it.
Carefully open it. I need it.
Yeah,
Good
you
thing
need
to
it.
say.
Okay, so inside there's a very fine sort of silk, very breathable, very lightweight Under Armour kind of blouse shirt thing to be worn under plate armor, in Atticus' preferred color, and it gives off a very, very nice, very subtle scent of sandalwood. And what else did we establish it was? With sandalwood and something quite sort of like minty, fresh.
A gift for me and for you then, is it?
I did say you needed. It's a mild incantation, but it should stay around that level, they told me. Enough to mask, whatever you need masking.
I mean, I don't need to mask my manly musk. If anything, that's probably what keeps the ladies coming. But still, it's very pretty. Thank you. I will wear it proudly.
I think it's your size, if not I mean, you have grown some muscle recently, I've noticed.
It's like it never stops, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I love particularly the. It's nice to see Atticus grow and grow, given that he was so physically drained and weakened through all of our previous campaigns. There is a smell of, unfortunately, a fair bit of sewage as you row along. It is not the cleanest river in Faerun. There's a few points where you see large outlets and have to very. Do both of you have a past of rowing? I mean, I've heard Atticus's voice, so he obviously does. But he definitely went to that sort of pretentious school. But how about
I imagine
Syria?
we would have been raised with a very, I mean, not only were we raised in being trained in combat, but, physical enterprises, I'm sure, would have been encouraged. So
Yeah.
any opportunity for any sort of physical activity, I imagine, would have been, yeah.
You managed to steer clear of the outlets with ease then.
This is very much why she proposed this sort of meeting, because it should bring them back to a place where they were maybe more in harmony. And there is one more thing. I mean, sorry for the smell. I wanted to bring you somewhere where we'd be not seen and not hurt. I've got something to show you. I think you're also going to like.
Oh.
And I take out a device from my backpack. Be careful with it. Don't touch anything. And for the love of the gods, do not throw it away. She passes you sort of like a clockwork device. You see some gears, you see some pistons, you see some cylinders. There's some cabling, particularly a purple cable that connects to different spots. Have you ever seen something like this?
I can't say that I have, but I'm getting a bad feeling about it, to be honest.
It's a tool. So you put black powder in this chamber here, and it resonates, and it creates an explosion. I was thinking we could use it to check the bolt inside the pub from the Night Eyes. Maybe a little nighttime adventure for you and me?
So, I mean, I saw your face when we raided the warehouse. Is this something from there?
Kinda. The trickier bit is the mechanism. This bit's here. I don't know how to make those. The rest I can put together, but yeah, this is the mechanism is the key bit, and that's what I found in the warehouse.
When you found that and showed me, you were white as a ghost, okay? How dangerous is this thing?
This particular one, not very. But you can use this device to power bigger chambers, more black powder, bigger explosions. This size, it will hopefully, I may have gotten my math wrong, but hopefully blow open the safe door. But it should be contained to that room. But in the wrong hands, well, like any tool in the wrong hands, I guess.
And I take it this is a acquired knowledge from your time with Uncle Elias?
One of the more useful things I learned.
Useful and dangerous, but we'll see which prevails, I guess.
Incredibly dangerous in the wrong hands.
So not for throwing at
I-
our enemies, to be clear.
If your aim is good, I suppose it's like throwing a fireball for a wizard. But I had more of a. I don't know. I don't know what's inside. If it's gold, that might help Asher Butter and her shop. If it's information, we could maybe use it to clear up our names in the city and not have to look over our backs all the time.
I am a little worried about the amount of looking over our shoulders we have to do.
Right? If we find anything useful, maybe it buys us a bit of favor. I don't know. Or if there's coin, maybe that buys us some favor.
Well, you know I'm always down for coin.
Mm.
Can never have too much of the stuff, honestly.
So what do you say? One of these nights, when it's quiet, we go see what's in there?
Sounds like as good a plan as any of our other plans.
Good. This was fun.
We
Nice
should
to
row
spend time
more
with you.
often.
Yeah,
I'll race you.
we're in the same boat.
Next time.
No, but seriously.
He just starts going wild and the boat just starts looping in a circle. It's like, yeah, yeah. So you head back to the guild hall to meet the others before you head off to the...
Yeah, but she's gonna word vomit a little bit more.
She's in a what?
She's gonna word vomit.
What? Oh,
Just
you,
as
you,
she-
you have more, yeah?
No, well, and just to clear the air, like I can see things have been changing for you, and things have been changing for me. This whole being on one place and then being on another place, this is also new. So I'm sorry that I maybe didn't take your changes with a lot of patience and was hasty, but it's only because I worry. I worry so much.
You have always been a warrior. But I suppose that's what big sisters do, eh?
But you
Plus,
promise.
we Gladstones are a bit of a hot-headed bunch, you know? Quick to the sword.
But I'm here for you. Okay?
It's good to have someone that you know has always got your back. And
I've got your
glad
back.
I'm glad that you're here. I have yours.
She feels like a lodestone has been lifted off her shoulders. All right, let's go kick some butt.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. As you are arriving back at the guild hall, I don't know if Asher and Obsidian are waiting for you, or if you are going in and having to wake them. I don't know how long you saw that excursion you're taking. Let me just add in-
Obsidian is probably just drafting plans on how to kill Janos Firecam.
Okay. As you are approaching the guild hall, there is a moment where, sorry, they've changed where all the potions live. I'm just getting the, here we go, potion of healing, 1 added to Asher, should be. Yeah, you now have 1. You see, sat on the fence post, gold, a cream, a very fluffy Tressym sat there, which I imagine you would all know is a winged cat. And they are sometimes used as either luxurious pets or familiars. This one sort of eyeing you both as you walk over. She goes, Miss Gladstone?
Hello?
I have a missive for you.
Of course.
And it stretches slightly on its... and sort of reaches down somewhere into its wing and brings out a sealed envelope, which it will offer out to you. And it is the envelope is addressed to Lady Gladstone.
Honestly, don't think anyone's ever called me that before.
Wonders
Please,
never
Lady
cease.
Gladstone is her mother.
And then it just flaps up off over.
It didn't. Oh, I hope it was paid for. I'm going to obviously inspect the envelope or the tube or the rolled up thing.
It's just a envelope sealed with a pale blue wax with no seal stamped into it.
What do you reckon? Good news or bad news?
I mean, in terms of the method of delivery, that's the thing that's got me most curious. Like, it's not owl mail. Like, this is from like a wizard or someone very rich, I want to say.
I'm going to open it.
Maybe from the blue girl, you know, the one.
Oh yeah,
What was her name again?
Quintessa.
Quintessa. She strikes me as someone who'd have a blue seal on their envelopes, that's all, you know?
And yeah, Siri, you have letter to Siri, which only you can see currently. Has that opened up for you when I prompted it? By Siri's silence, I will assume yes.
Sorry, I have opened it.
Okay.
I think
So-
I'm going to see. I'm gonna go to the signature first, and
Are you IRL
say-
rattled?
yeah, of course, I'm rattled. I don't have time to read it. It's from Janos. She's going to wrap it, put it back in the envelope, and put it in her bag. What's wrong?
Oh. Well, I don't feel good about that.
Do you want me to read it?
I mean, I don't want to be thrown off my game, but at the same time, holy shit, you know?
I mean, it might just be a bill for all the things that we destroyed in his house.
Wait until I'm not here, then read it, and then if it's good, tell me. If it's bad, I won't know.
Okay. All right, we have some butt to kick.
I hope he's
Where's-
the next fight.
Next round for Janos.
Well, we did pretty well, you know.
Okay, do we have Asher back alive? Excellent. I've had a
Temporarily.
thumbs up. So yeah, is there any business that Asher or Obsidian want to tend to before you head off to the arena?
Nope, I got my potion brewed and I'm good to go.
Yeah, Obsidian is fine.
Okay, then we head to the arena. There's even more of an air of excitement today. The bigger rounds are happening. More spectacle, more at stake. You are checked in. There is a slight flicker of recognition as you get checked in for the day. They seem to know who you are ever so slightly more than they did the previous day. Is there any prep you want to do? Well, before you're actually not the first round up, you have a chance to witness a round taking place, and you see two groups fighting against each other. You're not up in the stands, but you have sort of a side stage sort of view of the combat taking place, and you see some familiar faces. You see Uldorus Goldshard and his group of companions fighting what look to be a group of very young, out of place, nervous students who are all very magical in nature. And in the end, Uldorus clearly, from your perspective, you managed to see Atticus. Uldorus very much is a sword and shield user when it comes to combat, and you recognise a few of his tactics and techniques, and seems to be very much about controlling the battlefield and giving his companions space to move. There is the students they're fighting seem to be a mixture of martial artists and magicians. There's a young woman with long pink hair, which frequently twists and whips out in very strange, unusual ways. The fight seems to be turning very much, despite all the turtling and the defensive capabilities of his group of paladins, everything seems to be going very well until one of the young women in the group seeing a chance to finish off your young frog friend. You see a moment where he turns away. He turns away to like heal a companion, and you just notice Atticus, but he's left himself completely exposed. This young girl, you see, notices it, capitalizes, and it summons this lance of magical energy over her shoulder, and her entire team just explode into feathers, and a couple of chickens are walking around the arena. And after a few moments of confusion, the paladins just charge over, and unfortunately, the brief, unexpected moment of polymorph disrupts the Buckbusters of Candlekeep, and they are defeated and ejected from the tournament to a rather confused and amused wave of laughter from the crowd. You see that Uldorus in particular looks pretty bitter about the circumstances of that victory. But yeah, they're led off, and you hear that you're up in a few minutes. Is there
If I
any
ask around,
Yeah.
can I tell, like, is there a pattern to the kinds of fights that are faced? Like, is round 3 a monster round and round 4 is typically a party versus party? Or anything like that?
You've heard, just from hearing and seeing, I imagine, over the course of 2 days, a few different events. There doesn't seem to be much pattern to it. Some people you've heard, and sometimes there's complaints that some people manage to get all the way through to like the penultimate round on fairly easy little monster combats, and then suddenly find themselves fighting, a hugely seasoned group of warriors. Others turn up and their very, very first round is against a giant. You saw a storm giant outside yesterday. She was someone's first round, in all likelihood. It just seems to be a bit random. But
Yes,
yes,
it
As
is.
much as I would love to face Uldorus Goldshard and wipe the smug smile off his face, I do think that they're quite a seasoned group, and we should have our wits about us. I do wish I had more techniques,
Maybe we can learn nothing from this experience and use it in the future. In the imminent future. In the very close, near future.
I like your thinking.
So as you walk out onto the sand, there is a small
Cora summoned. Just
he
Cora
is.
is sort of buzzing.
He's there on the map next to you, Siri. You can see he's summoned.
Oh yeah.
As you walk out onto the sand, there is a ripple of semi-enthusiastic cheering. You see there is only one wizard walks out across the sand to face you this time, as opposed to the usual 2. And they look around for a moment and then just sort of almost magical earpiece and sort of nod to themselves, and you see a dwarf comes running out with all the sort of speed and determination of like a ball boy in a tennis match. And you see they have like a bit of a mechanical backpack which they sling off over their shoulder, place it into the ground, and you see them sort of point to something to the wizard, nod, and then go running off again. And there's just you, this wizard, and this mechanical box on the floor, and sort of looking up again and looking around. They nod, they press the button, and they rush back out of sight. And there is a moment's... Where are we? There is a few moments silence and calm before it twists and erupts and very suddenly grows larger.
Oh my god, it's huge.
It stands on huge legs 20 foot above the ground. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
That was a surprisingly good roll for me. Still at the bottom of the party.
What is this?
Exactly my thoughts.
I will say yes.
What is this thing?
Luca drew this for the Planet Hoppers. I have perhaps made it slightly oversized.
Well,
well, you know.
Oh, and of course it goes first.
Oh, does it? That's good,
Yep.
actually.
So,
Those
you
shoot
see
lasers.
these huge legs as it turns and walks, pound and throw up just clouds of sand. You immediately get the distinct impression that to be, even though it stood very tall on these 6 legs, to be beneath this thing as it walks around and over you is probably a very, very worrying experience. It is going to, first of all, you hear a series of mechanical clunks and whines, and suddenly a bolus fires out of a hatch underneath, which spins and opens up into a large web that even before, or a large net, that even before it lands on top of you, you see crackling with electrical energy. And I would like everybody to make me... Oh, it should actually be able to force the saving throw.
Oh no.
Is it only prompt? There we go.
It's not. It didn't prompt me, but the button is there for me to press it.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, yeah. Give yourself a saving throw, please. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So everybody except Siri manages to sort of twist and avoid. So let's have a look. Oh, yeah, cool as well. So there is this amount lightning damage. 5. So 5 lightning damage to Siri, half to everybody else. And Siri is immobilized. Grappled, rather. Then it will... I'm going to delete that template, because it seems to be on several templates. But yeah, Siri, it then... You see that the little red light that across its eye, it sort of stops at you and flashes for a moment. It has target locked you. Obsidian, you're up. That's difficult terrain you're currently in.
Okay, does it seem like Siri can be helped? Like, can I help her escape from the thing, or is it non-interactable?
She's wrapped in it's like a steel electrified mesh that is wrapped around her from like the knees down. It looks like it could be damaged, but it wouldn't just be the usual touch a torch to it. It would require a bit of hacking if you're not going to try. If she isn't going to try and wrench herself free.
Could I just rip it apart, like sort of?
With a strength check, you could, because it is metal. You can make me it's what did I put down? 16 DC 16 strength for athletics.
Okay, so
successfully rip it. It would
I
be your
guess
action,
we
it would be
shall.
your action though.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. We shall begin raging, so we'll add some ice to all this lightning that's running around, make it a proper storm. And then we shall try and athleticize this thing away. Just
Yeah,
rip it through.
You feel this painful, just electric jolt going up your arms as you grab it, but you manage to just push through it and wrench it open. This horrible steel wool ripping sensation.
Sure, and then we will start moving.
Difficult terrain, remember?
Yes, yes. So that would be 20, 25, and 30. As those are not within. Which brings me out of the thing, and that's my speed. So action, bonus action, and movement, and turn.
Asher, you're up.
Okay. I am going to. Which one of these am I?
Yeah, I'm going to.
I move. I don't know.
You
who I
are.
am here.
Yeah, you are that one. So remember,
Okay.
it's difficult terrain. So 10, 20.
Is that as far as I can go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Unless you're dashing, obviously.
Jesus. Okay. Well, no, I'm not gonna dash. I am gonna get as far as I can before getting bogged down by this stuff, and just turn and cast Animate Shadow at this thing.
If it's in range.
Isn't it? It's
What's the range of it? It's
60. Am I too far? Oh, 5 feet. Fucking goddamn it. Fine then. I'm so sorry. I will not do that. I will just dash then. Let me get.
Siri, you're coming up.
Abuse the corners.
Cora, you see, Cora only has 1 HP, doesn't it? Yeah.
Cora's off.
Okay,
Yeah.
He's still there on the map. Let me just. Boop. Cora's gone there. Okay, so is that you, Asher?
That's it for me. Up.
Siri, you're up.
Okay, so Siri's gonna move away from this thing. So that 15 feet to maybe here. I like Cora to manifest maybe just here. If that's okay.
Yeah,
I
bring
can
him
pull
up.
him in a second.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm
Remember,
going
it
to...
was double movement to get out there, remember?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
can't move anymore. So I'm just gonna crossbolt attack. It doesn't say if it hits.
It does. It shows a tick for me. Yeah, it hits. I mean, it's hard to miss.
Okay, where are you seeing this?
In the chat, where
It's not
rolled a
showing.
17 and then
I don't
underneath.
see it.
It's probably different for player versus GM.
Ah, yeah, okay, if that hits.
Cool.
I'll tell you, I'll
So
tell you if it
that's-
hits.
So that is 10 damage.
And do you have the button to apply it?
I
can apply it.
no. Show me, if you tell me, I just clicked on it.
Oh,
Is that-
recall is off, that's why.
Oh,
Right.
is it?
Yeah,
Ew. Okay, at the bottom of this round, I'll put it on.
sure.
Okay, and as soon as I drag Cora, that'll be the end of my turn. Thank you very much.
You notice as it strikes that, perhaps unsurprisingly for a huge thing made of metal, the arrow does not devastate it in the way that you might have hoped.
Yes, fair.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Okay,
get closer then.
Atticus, you're up.
I will move as much as I can. I will throw a hand up, do a little incantation, and cast Hex upon the beast. Did it do something? I don't see anything in the chat. Well, I'm casting Hex on it, and I will throw out an Eldritch Blast for my troubles.
Hits.
damage.
Yeah, I'm
That was all she wrote.
having to click to apply it myself for some reason. Okay, end of round. Let me quickly re-enable MIDI. One moment.
I thought my computer had crashed, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Not now! I might reduce the time of a did you know screen, because the number of times that I'm going around setting things up in my world and it's all ready, but I have to then get thrown back to my own loading screen. Okay, we're back in. So, next round. It just turns,
Recharge.
just scuttles around slightly on those legs. And looking at this cluster of people, you see the little hatch before that had a that fired the web out. Beneath that now, another little compartment goes open, and you just see this long gun that almost runs the length of the creature underneath it, just and drops down out of the hatch, and it is going to fire. It's well, actually, first of all the legs go, all 6 legs plant in. Yes, sir, Sedef?
Did Asher not dash away? Because I thought she dashed.
No, she ended
that's-
inside. She got to where she
Okay.
was now, and then
Yeah, okay.
I used my
Yeah,
dash
that's
to
fine.
get out of the.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
So the creature slams each of its 6 feet into the floor, and you see almost like StarCraft siege tank style, like extra deployments come down and lock it in place, and then it is going to fire its rail gun. Oh, why is that doing that? Hold on. Why is this not? Oh, because I typed that in the wrong box. One moment, sorry. There we go. That's better. If this huge sudden blast of energy comes out in a straight line and blasts forward into the pillar. And it
Oh
hits
god!
all those
31.
people.
Not even a crit.
Oh
that's-
wow!
One moment.
Oh, okay.
One moment. No. One moment.
That was
typed
fun.
something wrong there.
Well, guess we can go back to the city exploration.
No.
now.
I have done a typo here.
Did you write like 11 d10 instead of 1?
I wrote something very, very close to that. Instead of 10d4, I did 10d10.
Oh, 10d4 is probably also plenty.
Let's just undo that. Good God. I don't know if I need to actually re-roll it.
Yeah, roll the 10d4. It might be the same result.
Yeah, do you know what? Roll 10d4.
Mm-hmm.
23 damage. If you can
Much
all please,
gentler.
if you can all please say 23 health off, not what did that end up being? 57.
Oh.
How much damage is it?
It is
Force,
thunder.
I think it said. Oh,
Thunder.
that.
Is
Like
that,
it's
was
not
that still
unconscious.
Siri down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the web damage, yeah. Okay, that is all it can do then. Obsidian.
Right. So after being thundered back just a tiny bit. Wait, where the fuck actually is it? I have to check the... So I would have to be here, which is just out of range anyway. I think Obsidian just has a, like, an urge to crawl in a hole in the sand after this. Instead, he will just dash to try and find some cover behind the pillar, I guess, and that will be me. And that, yeah, that, for now, the rage persists.
All of you make me a perception check, please, except Siri, obviously.
Hmm.
Ash and Obsidian, you absolutely pick up that after firing this huge cannon, you see there are sort of like a few different vents are now just pouring out steam, and there's a slow mechanical whirring up inside. This thing appears to be in some sort of recovery state for a moment. Okay, Asher, you're up.
Okay. I am going to bonus action. Let's see. I finish this retreat myself. And then here. And do thing hands. One Siri. Oh, hold on. I have myself targeted. I'm gonna redo that.
Crouches down over just to heal herself.
I know. Okay. Discard previous. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, does it let me?
Siri, you're up next. What's happening?
Yeah.
Is there a problem?
Oh, it's run out of its designated attribute. Is the error message I'm getting?
Okay, you're doing some D6 healing, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Yeah, you show us having 0 of 1 healing hands charges on your character
Yeah,
sheet.
it used it up when it tried to do me. Okay. Will you get let's see, 3 hit points, Siri? So you're back up. And then I'm gonna go up. I'm behind this pillar.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously. Correct. Actually, I want to be there. Okay.
Okay, Siri, you are prone, but up.
Pepperoni. I want to be close, but I can't be close. But I won't do anything back. Okay.
I think it's your next.
All right. I'm gonna half my movement to stand up, half my movement up to here. But before I move, because if not, I won't be able to see it. I'm gonna shoot one of my homemade fire bolts to the thing.
Yep.
So
Is that within range?
It's the same as a crossbow.
Cool.
Probably doesn't hit.
It misses,
does not hit.
unfortunately. Just
Ah,
sails,
really?
and it just sails through a gap between 2 of the legs.
All right, so half movement up, and then I'm gonna try to hide behind this pillar. See if that works. And bonus action, second wind. Come on, give me something. Okay,
Not terrible.
not bad. All right, that's my bonus action. I'm done.
Okay, I think it's...
I will charge forward heroically, and I will. Well, I can't strike it, but I will Eldritch Blast. Cool. I guess I'll stay there then.
Is that your turn, Atticus?
It sure is.
The creature undoes the always big uncoupling sounds from the extra like cladding that was locking it, clearly ground it to the floor. And even being close, you can see Atticus around each of its legs, huge wells of sand. There was really some force in that shot it gave off, but it slowly undoes them all and turns and is going to target lock on you.
I don't think I want to be target locked. Oh, it comes within my range, I attack.
Yep, go for it.
I'm gonna swing the Ebonstone Sentinel.
Oh, I was almost at 20.
Fuck me.
Misses. It
Kept
turns
on to
over
it,
you.
huh?
And you are... What's that?
Kept onto it. The Ebonstone. Surprised.
And yeah, it is going to make a hammer arm attack on you, Atticus. Advantageously, giving you a target locked. Can you react to a 22?
No.
Oh, it's the word hammer. It's the word hammer in the name, and it's given a corny little clunk animation. It has locked on, so that is it. Obsidian.
Sure thing. I will try to regather the waning icy energy that swirls around me, so I will take a second use of rage and then rush towards it. And my question is this
20
thing
foot high.
is this
Angel.
thing climbable though?
So it's ours.
Could I
It's
try
not-
to scale it?
Only the legs are on the floor, so you absolutely
Sure.
can climb one of the legs.
So do I? So let me just.
So the butt that you're at currently is just
Where?
up in the air.
Yeah, gotcha. 20, apparent, 5, 10, 15, 20. Right, 5, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. Can I use my action to climb it? Like to dash and climb?
Yeah, it is.
How would that work?
It's fair. It's a series of fairly big. It would be a DC 16 athletics to climb up it.
All right. Cool.
You
I'll
manage
be
to
up
scale
its
up.
thing. Sure.
Hold on, let me just.
Well,
let me just
I'll
get you
give
up
myself
for a moment.
elevation, yeah.
There
Cool.
we go.
So just standing on its leg then.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's me, because that would be action, bonus
Yeah.
action, and movement.
Asha.
Okay, I am going to run out here. And then
Sorry, I will say, as Obsidian climbs on top, the crowd starts going wild. Go on, Asha.
alright, and then bonus action. I'm gonna dash over to here. And then I will Eldritch Blast this thing. With agonizing. Oh god damn it. Never mind. I'm gonna do shit all. Okay, that's it for me.
Siray.
Alright, I'm coming out of this pillar. 5. Why is it yellow on 30? Oh, 35, okay.
Because
30 feet
beyond-
here, yeah. Okay. Okay, I am going to dash for 60. Am I in range here? Yes, I am. I can see the edges of the thing. Does that mean I'm in range? Like, the frame is here.
I've blown the token up quite a bit, so the only parts that are on the floor are underneath its legs on the token. It just, obviously the token occupies a size. So you could attack it if you were... Oh, why can't I ping? If you were like here or here, for example.
Yeah, but I don't get there. But never mind. I'm going to bonus action manifest Cora.
Yeah.
Where is this thing?
If you're going to try and put Cora on top of it, then bring it out next to you to put me out to a change the elevation and then just drag it on top. Otherwise, he'll go underneath it and we can't click on it.
I see. Oh, wait, did I just do that? Yeah, I just. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry.
So are you making? Are you putting them up high?
Yes, sorry, but now I put it under. Yeah, I did exactly the thing you asked me not to do.
That's okay. That's okay.
Then I'm going to action search. So Cora would have been just right next to the leg up here. So I'm going to attack with the crossbow at range, because I'm ranged, even though the token's right there.
Hits.
Okay. And as part of my attack, I'm going to unleash Incarnation, which is a special thing. And Cora's going to do a melee attack.
Okay.
Shoot. All the resources. Normal. No! That's never worked, you know?
Nope.
That's alright. They're
hit.
just in training. They've just been able to manifest themselves, so, you know, it takes a wee time. Okay, all good. No, that's all good.
Atticus.
I would like to try and look for somewhere on its leg or foot where I think I could place the Ebonstone Sentinel and activate it such that it wouldn't be able to move its foot. Either if that's some like way of jamming it in the mechanism or just pinning a piece of it down against the sand.
You could try and just rest it over one of like with a part of a foot splays out at the bottom into like a heavy like pedestal, into like a heavy almost like suction cup. They're not actually suction, but it's that sort of like huff. You could certainly try and rest it on top of it. But I would seeing how this has been used before, you in your heart of hearts would imagine that this thing has mechanically huge strength. So it would be a challenge.
I mean,
yeah.
removable rods like
there is
by anything?
Yeah, there is.
I don't know how they work.
There is specific mechanics. There's a check involved.
See.
Let me tell you. Given that you have an item with it in, I feel like it would be within the realm of the world that you would understand. The challenge required is a DC 30 strength check. So it needs to make to move an immovable rod.
Pretty high. But also, I think this thing is probably very strong. Got at least like a plus 12. I think for now I will satisfy myself by trying to smash its leg off.
Okay.
So smash we will.
Ooh.
18. Definitely hits.
And I do it again, but smaller.
Yeah, you see there is dents and you hear the dislodging of metal components inside with the crunch, but it still bounces off a bit easier than you would have liked from the impact. You don't feel like it was a particularly satisfying smack.
Oh, do I feel like potentially my damage is not doing as much damage as I think.
Yes.
Oh dear.
As the Ebonstone Sentinel is specifically described as a non-magical weapon in itself. It just happens to be attached to an immovable rod.
Well, that's one of the reasons I was using it. I was hoping bludgeoning. Like, surely that's better than my greatsword against a metal monster. Can I move reasonably from where I am? Like
you will if you move within its space at all, you will take a single hammer arm attack. You can basically make an attack opportunity once per round against anyone who's moving around in its space. If the legs are just unless it's planted for the railgun.
I think for now I'll stand still. I don't want to risk getting stomped on.
Okay.
That's me.
Top of the round. Obsidian, please make me a DC 10 athletics check.
Right on. We stay.
So, as it whips around on this... First of all, Atticus, you're taking a... it's making a hammer arm attack against you. No longer at advantage, because it's no longer locking target on you at this point. Can you react to a 25?
Nope.
It sees a wounded, bleeding out Asher, and it is going to...
Go.
It is going to line up another... Oh, no, I think it would do this. It is going to attempt...
Huh?
A slight beam fires out from it. A small laser blaster comes out of a single... but then detonates enormously with explosive force at the pillar.
So
Asher,
does its stamping attack just count as like movement?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Have you been prompted for a saving throw, Asher?
I have not.
Okay, let me just try and click it. But also the web will
God.
fade out.
The fire rises.
Bye, guys.
And Asher disappears in this cloud of fire, but also you see the pillar is just blasted apart. And although there is a stump on the map still, that pillar is now gone.
Sorry.
Asher is down. Yes, Obsidian.
Aren't we just so happy that this is non-lethal fire?
It is somehow magical. You see the distant medics sort of from afar stabilizing.
Holy shit!
Yeah, stabilizing them. That is all I can do though. Obsidian.
Right, yeah, I will continue my journey as Obsidian, I think, is full lizard mode, just sort of clinging with both arms, just sort of wrapping his legs around the thing, and continuing onwards, trying to crawl to the middle part.
Yeah, well, you see there is a display of lights and glowing engine components inside.
Sure thing. Yeah, and I guess at this point we'll try to break through into it.
Just make a weapon attack.
Does the head thingy look like it's a particularly vulnerable
No, the
thing?
head is almost like sat in it on the front
Okay, yeah,
of it
then-
like a spider, yeah.
Then I guess we'll try to smash our way through the middle
Make an
part.
attack with advantage.
Cool,
This
wait,
area does
I
not
didn't.
this area does not look particularly defensible.
I think I didn't. Oh boy! Oh boy, it isn't!
Nice.
What the
It is
in here
not.
for a crit? So yeah, you
Yeah.
strike it and it doesn't. I need to.
And it doesn't do
make
anything.
sure- I'm trying to
Blast
make
in your
sure
face.
So that overlooks the resistance. So I wrote something specifically on hit versus crit. So it's clearly quite weak up here. Can you please roll me for a crit? Roll 4d20, please.
Oh my word.
A what now?
Oh no!
Wow.
As you wrench around, smashing inside the machine, pulling components out, you just hear a couple of explosions and fire and smoke starts to erupt and sputter out of several unrelated to where you're striking joints as the creature takes some, the device takes some pretty significant damage, which for a crit, I am doubling it with it being a crit. Yeah, you have done some big damage to it. That's your attack. At least your first attack. What else?
One moment.
It looks like
I could technically move it 5 feet, but I mean, I don't think that applies.
you can't with it. That's the size limit. Also, have you seen Monkey doesn't think your rage damage is being included here?
Because I think I technically shouldn't be raging now, because I have started my turn. I haven't taken any damage or attacked last turn.
Okay. So yeah, what else from you, Obsidian?
So that's fine. There is a critical hit for Crusher, so everyone has advantage until the start of my next turn.
Yes.
Against the creature, as it is particularly stumbling. So that's that. Well, I mean, I suppose I could bite at it towards the inner part.
There's wires and pipes and stuff.
Yeah, I think Obsidian is totally on the top of the thing, just trying to go ham.
Make it advantageous again.
So that will be this thing. So that will be. Wait, where is my? There's the unarmed advantage. Well, that's not a crit, but it hits.
That hits. So first of all,
biting into it.
And roll me 4d20, please.
This time roll high. That's pretty good.
It is higher.
Wow.
Yeah. You hear several internal alarms going off on this. Anything else on the Obsidian?
No, I'm just tightening my grip on the cables and hoping to hell that I don't fall off.
Okay. Asher, make me a death saving throw or a unconsciousness saving throw. Okay. Also, remember you can do that from in your character sheet. There is a death save specific one you can do. Don't say, we're playing for how many years? Yeah.
I just don't go down that often, you know.
That's true. Married life. So you are conscious but drifting towards the board. I've already got an evil look at the monitor. Siri, you're up. Oh, seriously.
Hi, I have so many questions. Question number 1: does another person fit next to Obsidian up the platform?
Yeah, there's space.
Yes. So then Korra has 30 feet to move to position themselves as close as they can to Obsidian.
Yeah.
Does that work? Yeah. So then I'm going to move them. And see
where are they? Why are they showing us? Let me make them. I'm going to make them even higher, but it's just for the sake of. Oh, I know why this is. It's because they're a tile. But basically, are you swapping with them?
I am going to swap with them.
Right, then
yeah.
I will do this to you. Yeah, the problem is it looks like it's elevated the actor, the invisible actor of Kura, but not the animated tile. Okay,
right.
So yeah, you are poof on top.
I will very much like to booming blade this creature.
Anywhere or in the soft spot?
In the very soft cable-filled spots.
Make an advantageous attack.
Ooh, come on, don't fail me. Don't. Okay, you didn't fail me. Good.
That's the AC. You just managed to hit it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Damage. Just normal damage. Damage.
For now, yeah, normal damage.
1, 7, but it is force damage. Is it? Hold on. Yes, it is because it's booming blade, right?
Yep.
No, wait, hold on.
Thunder.
Isn't
it thunder?
If it moves, that
it's thunder.
It's thunder damage, is it?
No.
No, it's not
this part.
unless it moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me 4d20, please, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. Go, baby, go. No. Well, 34, 39.
The alarms emitting from the creature grow louder and louder. And you see that the eye, well, Asher doesn't see because she's unconscious, but the eyes, not that any of you can tell currently, are flickering off and on.
Lovely. At the end of the turn, Kura will disappear because they are out of range. But Sire laughs loudly. This is very fun.
Okay. Atticus, you're up.
I mean, it would be a bit lame if there was like 3 people on there, so I'll just, attack its leg. Like, that's a solid plan. Advantage because of Obsidian.
Mm-hmm. Still not enough for Atticus.
Good.
Still not enough for
God.
Atticus Badstone.
I'm gonna use second wind.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Okay, anything else on Atticus?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Alt
leave.
F4. He's just dead. How far away are you actually going, if at all?
30 feet.
Oh, you're actually backing up?
Yep.
Cool, okay. It's like he's gonna dash, he's gonna keep going, he's out the arena, he's in the car park, he's in his car, he's going. Okay, top of the round.
Looks like Atticus has a plan.
The creature, well, first of all, can Siri and Obsidian both make me a DC 10 athletics check, please?
You can try. Oh, thanks.
Coming. Oof.
So, so it's going to turn towards Atticus. Now, by the rules that I have set up for this creature, I've given it the benefits of movement when it turns on its spot, so it should also have the drawback. So, Booming Blade should trigger. So, roll that Booming Blade damage, or tell me what it is, and I'll roll it, Siri.
It's 1. I'll roll. It's 1d8 thunder. 7 thunder
And
damage.
as this sparks off, you see that it seems to be particularly disruptive to the creature, as this lightning sort of sparks between joints and its movement sort of sparks. It is vulnerable to this type of damage. If you can both move yourselves accordingly,
Yes.
and it is going to lock on to Atticus with its lock-on ability. I'm sorry, target lock. Shit, I've got Atticus. Right. And then you all, whoa, both of you, as it surges forward, and to make a hammer arm attack with advantage against Atticus.
Jumpy bastard.
21. With the add-ons, is it... Are you mitigating your... Yes, it has mitigated. It has reduced your damage still with the add-ons. That's all it can do. Obsidian. Oh. What were you concentrating on?
Hex.
Oh.
Well,
Obsidian.
I mean, I am in the perfect spot.
All you can just hear is... Vroom, vroom, vroom.
So I will just continue completely smashing it.
Advantageously.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
boy.
So first of all, roll the damage.
Boy. Oh,
Roll me
3 ones.
4d20. And because it's a crit, I'm doubling it again. Let's see what was left on it. Tell me how you take this thing down.
Oh god. I mean, I think I will throw in that he still like goes for the jaws as well, just sort of full frenzy inside the. Like, I imagine by now he's sort of inside the hatch, so that's just complete and utter distraction in there. As he sees Sira a little bit on the edge, sort of still mostly on top, but he's just in the chamber, just slamming around from side to side, essentially swinging the hammer and just completely devastating the innards. And I imagine at some point as the thing will collapse, he will just stay inside.
Well,
completely-
the legs begin to buckle, and you all see the creature sort of fall. The creature sort of falls down one leg joint, and inside the hatch, as all these alarms and fires are going off, I'll give to you, Obsidian. You see a small screen that begins to count down from, I don't know, let's say 6. Maybe in 6 seconds, something bad's going to happen.
Run!
No.
You Obsidian yell to run. Any movement from you, Obsidian?
Well, yes. I think that changes things.
I'll give to you all that you're now only 10 foot off the ground. It's sagged down on its legs.
Ooh. Right. So seeing the screen and sort of all the electricity around, Obsidian will just tumble upwards. And again, like sort of full lizard form, probably leave them all behind, essentially, within the chamber, in the tangle of cables. And let's see, which... like, if I were to grab Sea-Ray, that would be like grappling sort of half movement thingy.
Yes, grab the
Oh
person
yeah, don't
who
worry
can,
about her.
Yeah, grab the person who can teleport.
Yeah,
No,
I
she
know,
can't
I know.
teleport.
I know, that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, he will jump down and probably... Yeah, he will try to take Atticus a little bit away.
Will you resist Atticus?
Yes.
You will. So it would be an opposed athletics check if you're wanting to...
Will you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess Obsidian will end his turn there. I mean, you
Okay.
can do the athletics, I suppose.
Asher,
Sure.
make me a...
Uh,
Asher, make me a saving throw. As the
Or
flames,
Atticus
as the
either.
flames lap around your coat.
Oh no, her.
Oh no.
She edges closer to not deaf.
Run, you
Oh my
fool!
Siri, you have 6 seconds to get away.
Contrary to popular belief, she can't teleport all the time. She's gonna jump off the 10 feet. I don't know where that's gonna put her, if that puts her here or... yeah. So I'm gonna... so that's 10 feet of movement. 20 feet is my movement. I'm going to dash and try to hide behind this pillar. Is
Yep.
what I'm gonna do.
Good call. Good call.
Just one more foot, please. Thank you very much. Okay, one more. One more up there. And turn.
Atticus,
Did I manage to push him a little bit at least?
what was his roll?
I did win.
Yeah, you managed to shove him 5 foot.
Sure.
Okay, Atticus.
That's 30, and then I'll dash for 30. Like, I can run on my own, okay?
Let's hope those healers are up to the task.
There's a... And then just a rather sorry little torrent of steam at the top as it all as it just sags into the floor and is defeated.
I don't trust it.
You have destroyed. You see the dwarf artificer at the edge of the arena, look, a head in his hands, like when someone's been kicked out of Robot Wars. You see his little joystick he'd been using. He just looks absolutely crestfallen and throws the joystick to the floor. You have succeeded this round. The crowd goes particularly wild at the gladiatorial spectacle of it all.
I think Obsidian will be looking at the face of the thing and just fall flat on his ass.
Healer quickly runs out and
Exhausted.
pops one into Asher in ball boy style before running back off to the edge.
I'm still just gonna let Asher up, like hold up a hand to pull her up on her feet.
The dwarf comes out and, having regained a bit of sportsmanship composure, shakes hands with each of you before pressing something in his pocket, and the mech quickly collapses back down to a backpack size, which he slings over his shoulder and jogs at the arena. Yeah, the crowd seems to be enjoying your theatrics, and there's a few people who are standing up. And everyone make a perception check. Yeah, Atticus, you hear inside the shout somewhere, you just hear, Obsidian! Yeah! But yeah, do you all wish to head out and take a rest before the next match?
Absolutely. I thought the rules were no
No,
risk.
I heard you say this at some point in the midweek, so you are reminded that it's between the penultimate and final that there is no top up.
Oh.
And you are also advised that the next match, the way the seed is going, your next match is the penultimate match. If you win your next match, you are through to the finals of this tournament.
I mean, frankly, we've done well to get this far, so.
For sure.
So I'm going to prompt a long rest from you all as the healers tend to you.
Yeah, may I also recover some crossbows?
Yeah, there should be a button that popped up at the end of combat to be like, hey, want to recover shit? Something half.
Have you clicked end combat?
Oh, I have not, have I? Ka-ting! There we go. Now you get prompted for recovering ammunition. But I think you fired 4, didn't you? And the rule is normally that you recover half.
I didn't get prompted, but
No? Okay, give yourself 2 back. That's normally how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you to take all its attention, Atticus.
You know me, selfless, noble, doing the important jobs, you know.
Worked out in
I'm
the
not
end.
a glory hog or anything. I mean, I did think about climbing up there, but like you were already there, and I was like,
That was such a genius move.
Mm.
Obsidian, have you fought anything like this before?
No.
Well, I did have the exact same thought.
It did look a little bit too large to fight on its own.
It's this armor, you see. It's like weighing me down, so I just didn't get there fast enough.
It's keeping you safe.
So
Staying light has its merits.
Is there anything you wish to do
Mm-hmm.
during this brief 15-minute interlude that you have?
Yes, I would like to tell the player that handles Sire that he's an idiot, because I'm blessed. So I'm going to now go and put that on my character sheet. So it's 1d4 on attack bonuses, right?
Yeah, attacks and saves.
Yeah.
And then what else? What else are you looking to do in these brief moments that you have?
So do you think that it would be possible for us not to stand there lined up just perfectly for any larger spells that might be hurled our way, or things like this net?
Right. Next time we'll start in a attack formation, but not side by side. It may look cool, but it's too risky.
In these latter rounds, it does seem like we should fight for any edge we can. That was very close.
You are given the warning that it is nearly time, and an attendant comes over to you and says, the nature of the next round, I am sorry to say that I must. Oh, what she's getting here?
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
That's fine.
I've got like 2 copies of Korra, but none of them are loading. And
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You are told yes. For the nature of the next round, I'm afraid that I must take your sight through until you are out on the arena. You will be led out, and then we shall grant you back your sight once more.
Oh.
It's a simple enchantment. No lasting effects whatsoever. Do you all consent to this?
I guess so. I mean, we don't want to forfeit, so.
They take a series of blindfolds out and tie it gently around each of you, and you feel that whereas normally there's a little bit of peeking you can do through through a blindfold when blindfolded, this does seem to sort of almost Doctor Strange's like cloak a little bit, just fix and smartly adjust to what you're trying to do. So yeah, you are all blindfolded and gently taken by the arm and led back out through the familiar, steps towards the galley that leads you out. However, oddly, you all feel very quickly like the bounce of wooden floorboards underfoot and the lapping of water. And you walk for quite a while, and you turn and you walk for a while more. You hear a voice in front of you. Both parties will have their vision restored at the same time, and then you will each have 18 seconds in which to prepare, make any preparations you wish for, and then combat will begin. If you strike before our whistle, any hostile manner, you are disqualified. I need to hear you all say if you understand.
Understood.
I understand.
What did you say?
Understand.
And they will repeat the instructions to you, Asher. That you will have your magical blindfolds removed, and there will be 18 seconds of non-offensive preparation time, and then there will be a whistle before combat begins.
Cool.
Do you understand?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent.
Roger.
So you hear footsteps retreat, and you hear distantly conversation. Everyone make me a perception check.
Mm.
Over the clamour of the crowds all sort of talking away, Obsidian and Atticus, you both hear a distant on the other side, yes, I can hear you. Coming from ahead, and you recognise the voice of Clem Fandango, obviously answering the same question to others. And I think that, given the time, is where we should take our 10-minute break, and we will come back and get on with this round. So yes, we will be back momentarily.
Would you have rolled 2 crits in a row?
Wait, before you go
My
in,
rolls, probably not.
did you like your present? Or did Trish
talking to?
ask Atticus like the present? Or Monkey? No, I'm asking Monkey, I'm not asking Atticus.
It looks like he hated it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I like it. Atticus will probably naturally feel slightly insulted. I mean, come on, we all get sway. Like, that's just a fact of life. So
It was more because he's been so kicked on his ass that he's probably like torn his shirt. So
Atticus has been doing amazingly.
Mm.
And also, he does have lots of spare clothes because, he's a handsome, well-dressed man. But,
okay, I spent a lot of money on this thing, so like, might as well.
The self-cleaning scented tunic.
Mm.
In fact, maybe now I can get rid of all my spare clothes because they're adding up to quite a lot of weight in my inventory.
This is it. It's a magical item that does not require attunement. I've been told.
Yeah, put it in your channel. I'll make a little item for it. But yeah, I mean, we're back in. I just enjoyed all this being picked up as part of it. But shall I take us back into the round?
Yes. Here's a question: does grappling someone count as an offensive action?
Yes,
I would imagine so.
absolutely, it does.
Okay, just checking.
Do you not do that as your attack or like instead of your attack?
Yeah, it's
That's more of an Atticus question than a game mechanic question.
So
Sure.
the blindfolds all just disintegrate. And you see that the arena has been flooded, and you stand on a long wooden jetty that stretches out, and about 150 feet away from you, you see this group.
Hmm.
The scene should be loading for you all.
It is loading slowly.
And you see Clem Fandango, Hubris, and their other 2 companions.
I don't appear to have any vision.
I'm blind.
And tell you what, let me just make a little change there and give it global illumination.
Mm.
You see,
wow.
with Clem and Hubris, 2 figures. The Storm Giantess from outside the arena, and I forgot to give them, and a large creature that I imagine most of you would recognise. Make me a DC. I'm going to make it so easy because I feel like they'll be well talked about. Ever make me a DC 10 Nature, Arcana, or History check. You are muted or talking very quietly, Atticus.
Fail.
Those are all at a -1, so.
Oh.
What is that?
Atticus, you know what it is, as does Asher, as does Siri. It is a beholder. Normally known to be insane, but this one, too far away to hear, seems to be sort of muttering up the side of its mouth, and Clem is nodding. Clem gives you all, he takes a bit of a step forward and gives you all a wave.
This is going to hurt.
Does the giant just stand in the water then, I imagine?
At the moment, no. It's a bit more, I imagine it's a bit more like that I would expect would be.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
Yeah,
So it should just be waiting.
Clem calls out, "Great to see you this far. We'll catch up afterwards, yes?" And then the giant wades out into the water. We're effectively, in fact, no, before I do that, let's make it fairer. I'm going to take us all into initiative. But the first 3 rounds are simply the prep, as discussed.
Yeah, on the upside, we will survive 3 rounds against Clem Fandango.
I'm not going to be able to use Bless in the whole encounter, even though I literally went out of my way. The one fight I could have used Bless for, I've had enough.
This is going to be a quick one. How deep is
So-
the water? Like, deep?
You can't see the bottom.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you know, I'm wearing a full suit of armor. I'm not getting in.
Just Alexander the Great. It's gone.
Did we try to get one down? I mean, I think this is more about how we
Asher, you
choose to
rolling?
leave this arena.
I'm just going with teeth against Fandango's face. That's my
Asher?
plan.
Can you hear me? Look a look.
Oh, what? You talking?
Are you rolling initiative like the 4th time?
Oh, Jesus. Asher is just
What
staring
subreddit
off
were you
into
on?
the water. I was looking around the map trying to figure out what the deal is. Are those circular
Actually-
platforms?
Yeah, they're like other little wooden islands with ladders up to like crow's nests.
Okay.
You know what, Atticus? You should just challenge Clem to a duel.
So yeah. So Obsidian. Well, before we all start, I'm just going to clear the chat log.
Oh, am I first? I will get
You
the
are.
turn.
You are first.
Holy shit.
Position as you like.
Sure, yeah, I will move 60 feet forward, because that's what I can do.
Okay.
Are you happy with your run, Clem? I will politely nod to Hubris as she gets closer.
He's like, yes, I mean, it's difficult. To not have a match on the first day is absurd, but couldn't wish for a better group to come up against for our first round. And yeah, he charges forward. Siri.
She will just flank, go. Oh gosh, what's going on? She'll go 60. I guess just here, and then I'm just gonna drag Cora. Manifest 15, but then he can move. The crit's gonna move there.
Okay. Anything else from you?
No, sorry.
You see that
Oh god.
the storm giant disappears up to her waist. She wades forward.
Alright. I am.
Wait till you. There you go. Now it's you.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. Gonna dash. And I'm gonna pop over the railing into the water.
Okay, you're just fully swimming. You can't touch the bottom, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Before toppling over the side of the railing, though, I would quickly open my bag and just check all of my stoppers on all of my
Yeah.
little bottles.
So you're getting the water?
I am.
Okay. Is that all your movement?
Well, I was dashing, so yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Atticus.
I will also dash forwards, and as I join my companion to be like, Hubris or Sentinel, or not Sentinel, Hubris or Fandango. No, anyone?
No? Does
I'd-
Obsidian
I'd
or
like-
Siri have a...
I'd really like to strike Fandango.
Sure. So I can cast spells that aren't like damage, right?
Yeah,
Or
you
is
can prep, you can Agathis, things like that. It's just, if it's doing anything to an enemy,
So
you're
I
done
can't
bad.
hex him.
No, that's offensive.
Okay.
That's offensive.
Sure is.
Don't know if I want to Agathis, so I'll end that round there.
Obsidian?
Right, I will hop on next to Fandango. Well, shame that we have to end your run so early.
You devious boy!
Care for a little one-on-one action?
Now or later? Hubris is going to... So she'll just stay where she is. She's going to look around across the people surrounding her and just take a take a great sword, which just bursts into flame. And I would say, Atticus, you would recognise a flame-tongued great sword when you see one. And she just gives it a couple of...
I don't know, that's pretty offensive. I take offense.
As is your right. She will remain there. Clem will remain where he is.
How's he armed?
Clem has 2 short swords.
And we know he's something of a magic user,
Yes.
at least in some sense.
I'm just gonna take the dodge action after all that movement.
Okay.
Of course, kind of like keeping with, even though like staying within 30 feet of me, but just kind of like it's just hard to measure diagonally. I find it just because the other thing is hovering 10 feet. But yeah, so it's kind of trying to like stay close to the beholder, but also not so far that they disappear.
Okay. The giant continues wading out along the water, sort of calls out in a booming voice. This hardly seems like good sport, Clem. And yeah, she wades out. You see she wields to call it a great sword is absurd. She wields a sword that is long, like twice as long as most of you, and in the other, she just seems to be holding this crackling spear of lightning. The beholder continues drifting on by, coming up behind. I have rather good eye on each of them. Asha.
Yeah. I'm just gonna continue dashing the women over to this platform.
Which I think if you don't have a swimming speed is double your movement, isn't it?
Is it?
I can't remember what swim speed. Swim so rarely. Let's have a quick look. 5e swimming.
I was under the impression that it's generally half speed unless you have a swim speed.
Let's have a look. Yes, unless you have a swimming speed, it's each foot costs an extra foot, so it's doubled.
Okay,
so you can dash there,
dashing, I can get there.
Yeah.
Cool. Well then that's my turn.
Atticus?
I will step in. I will summon an abyssal hyena.
Let's check something. Yeah, you won't.
Oh.
As you go to, you find that you're just unable to feel that connection to summon the hyena.
Well, then I don't do that.
No.
Stand there.
Make me a nature or arcana check, DC 16.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Last round of prep. Obsidian. You see Atticus is out. Gives a little bow and a flourish. Like, clearly they think I'm the significant threat. Oh, you're
or just the weakest, one.
Shit. You wouldn't run away at the last moment, Clem, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Good. And hail to you, Stormborn! Shall shout towards the giantess
There's a
with a nod.
good-natured nod.
Sure, and I guess Obsidian will prepare to strike at Clem as soon as it's allowed.
Yeah.
Because I believe me opening Rage would be considered a... Would that be an offensive thing? As
Yes.
it rages around? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess I will just prep an attack then. Not to trigger anyone. My frost.
Yep. Hubris just keeps in a bit of a slow loop and flourish. He's building up to strike. Clem draws his short swords, gives them a brief sort of tap against each other, and you see a bit of a magical flash on each sword, but nothing seems to happen with them. Siri?
Would preparing an action means we can like hold our action for?
Yeah,
next
we're
turn?
not
No.
we're not starting the round with literally everybody unleashing a held attack. Otherwise, it would just be everybody unleashing a held attack. So we're not.
Okay,
So
Okay.
next round is just the start. There's no queuing things
Gotcha.
up for it.
but for example, a dodge action, would that count? Would I
That's
be
fine.
dodging at the
You
start?
dodge.
Yeah,
You can be dodging.
yeah. So she's gonna take the dodge.
I'm
action.
just not having the bell go and everybody go, oh, all that held stuff I fired up.
Sure.
There's 4 people charging up Kamehamehas ready for Gah!
Do you guys think that us being this group together is okay?
No, I think
The
it's a terrible
giantess
idea.
calls out,
It's all right.
yes, it's very convenient. She is going to just step out a little bit more, and you see her just sort of look up a little bit and
She can line that up. She seems fairly slow.
Asha.
Well, I'm just gonna chill here for my little platform.
Okay. Atticus,
I think I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
you find that you're not able to. You find that your connection just isn't there. You know how to perform this spell, but as you go to do so, you find that you just don't have the means, it seems.
Performance issues in front of Clem. No, that's truly sad.
I think it's more performance issues and a cone in front of a beholder.
Oh.
Oh, wait, surely that's
That is
the best
offensive.
action. Yeah.
So I checked. It's a part of the creature. It's not a thing it can
Wow.
choose. It's not a thing it can choose to toggle off or on.
It can
is
surely
just-
close its eye. And it should.
So anything from you, Atticus?
No.
No. The
There's nothing I
whistle.
can do.
The whistle is sounded, and combat begins. Obsidian.
Let's see then. I will recklessly attack Clem right away. No! Horrible.
Oh,
Horrible. Which means that I will Hungry Jaws right away. Or an unarmed strike at advantage. What?
you come in and he's there. One of his swords is still at his side, and the other one he just reverse grip smacks away, and then as you come to bite, he just sort of almost shoulder barges you away.
Sure, I guess in that case I will jump into the water so he can slash at me. And he can do so with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, the idea was to push him into the water first. But
Actually, no, he will not.
cool. Then I splash into the water and dive down. So that will be 25 feet down, or how would you count the distance as I jump into the
You
water?
have,
Does that
you have a
matter?
swim speed, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, then you're 25 foot down. Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
And you can
levels.
see
Yeah,
that
I collide
yeah,
with
yeah.
floor or ceiling
Yeah,
too.
we just, you've gone through the scene, so we'll all
Okay,
know
cool.
you're 25 foot down.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let me put a, just put a, I don't know. I don't even know what status to put on you. Oh, some weird dream pie hunger thing I was playing with. We'll say you have dream pie hunger is your signifier of being underwater. Hubris is just going to step around Clem, away from you. Atticus, if you'd like to.
I will swing. I will swing with my greatsword.
Oh dear.
Chunk of decking comes up. And then she swings a flame-tongued greatsword overhead at you, Siri. Oh. First misses, hits. She turns and spins again with another one. Same result. Misses 2.
You have a tell, Hubris. You twitch your eye with depending where the blow's gonna go.
Clem spins and twists, and he is going to attack. Let's have a look. He's going to attack Siri. Now, during the first turn of combat, he has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. Any hit scored is a critical. He swings in.
Got words for this guy.
Whoa! Misses. Second
It's
one.
fast.
Misses. And his third one. My god, if this is a dud.
Come on.
Hits. Your shield won't take 25.
Shield won't build. No, it wouldn't.
That last one just whoosh, right up your side. Siri, it's you.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sida is going to... So simultaneously, Sida and Cora move. Cora moves just on top of the beholder friends, Gurbuslasu. And Sida is going to blink and teleport and just grapple the beholder. Try
So you
to
can
like
swap positions. You can make me make me an athletics check. And it can make an athletics or acrobatics.
Ooh, that's not great. Not a great roll.
Nat 20
Oh, that is
on its
that's
roll. You
bad.
land on it and try to grab it, and it just flicks, and you land actually in the water.
Oh no.
You tried to grapple it over something, and you very much failed. So yeah, you are just
Very
in
much
the water.
failed. Okay.
And Cora is... Oh, 1 second. And Cora is now... There, yeah.
Yes, but I think that puts us still within 30 feet.
It is, yeah.
Or if not, he's gonna move a bit closer then. Okay. Well, that was my action, my movement, and okay, well, I am in the water. At least, hopefully, I'm out of its cone. Well, that was interesting.
And you hear like a howl. A couple of his eyes look down at you. How unbelievably rude!
Oh, the brazen!
The giantess. Ah, they are good sport, yes. And then just sort of slowly turns. You stand alone from your group. And just puts one hand up and steps out and just towers up above you, Asher. You have a response?
I'm just staring up at it, like trying to calculate the sheer size of this creature.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the infographic. And I think it's just going to take the greatsword and not even in a full strike, it clearly sort of turns the sword to like try and slap you with the flat of the blade as it's trying to slap you into the water. It can make 2 of these attacks.
Go, 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 go,
Not
go.
if she's out of range.
Oh, what? Slapping her.
She's gonna.
Oh, sorry, that's got Siri as well. So Siri, you are on 11 HP. If
11.
If this inevitably kills you, put yourself back. So comes another slap. Yeah, and is moved.
Just golf swings me into the
Is
water.
moved 15 foot into the water,
Jesus.
and she's gonna go to wade back, and she will actually scoop you up out of the water.
Is she just holding me, or is she
yeah.
setting me back down?
Well, she's in the water. It's her movement. She can't reach. She should actually be here. Oh, she has 15-foot reach. Yeah, do you know what? She will gently place you on the edge and turn back towards the fight.
Class act.
The beholder sort of drifts a little bit and turns towards you down in the water, Siri, all these indignant eyes. You feel suddenly a part of yourself spring back to a spark for a moment, Atticus. That snuffed out connection you felt a moment ago has ended. And the Grubble Slazu looks down at you. Indignity! A disgrace! And the eyes all flash as I'm going to roll 3d10 to see which beholder rays you are subjected to, Siri.
Disintegration.
Let's have a look. We have 1. Please make me a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw, Siri.
We try. I am blessed. I hope it's gonna play it.
It did with a big 4.
You are charmed, and you feel
Oh.
a great amount of shame for what you did to Grubuslazu, and nothing more than like you'd want to re-earn their favour. However, can you please also make me a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw?
Another?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the insanity of beholders.
Sure. The same
You
roll.
also realise how fearful you are of Grubuslazu, and you are now frightened by them. In addition to being charmed by them, you are in fearful awe of this creature. And then finally, a telekinetic ray. Can you please make me a DC 16 Strength saving throw?
I might be able to do that. But I won't.
But not today. You feel a force grab and lift you up and fling you back onto the side, charmed by this creature and wanting to help it in any way that you can. That is its eyes to this turn. Asher, do you want to make me a death save? Because if you get a 20, you're back in the fight. Oh well, the sheer force were ringing in your ears. You just Atticus, you made it.
I have a question. When I tried to cast Armor of Agathis and couldn't, is that spell slot gone?
I would say no, because you're unable to access the weave. You weren't able to tap in, so you weren't able to do anything.
Does the same apply to the hyena?
How do you mean?
Summoning the hyena? Like,
Yeah, you could do it again. Yeah, you were in. I know
Okay.
your character sheet might show a usage, but you were unable to tap into that which summoned the hyena.
Okay. In that case, I will Burning Hand. I throw up my palms and unleash a torrent of flames. And let it be known that I dealt damage to these guys. No matter how small a amount it might be.
Clem manages to throw sort of his cloak around him for a moment, and you see parts
does
of it
he have a
smoulder, and you do see that it's but he manages to avoid most of the blow because he has evasion. And in fact, he succeeded, so he takes none. Hubris, you see, doesn't
Has fire
even
immunity.
flinch away. and in fact holds her sword forward a little bit, and you see it glow a bit more. Thank you.
Did you take any damage from that?
She did.
Okay.
You do see a bit of a scorch on her
something.
face. Obsidian, you're up.
hang on a
Oh,
sec.
sorry.
I-
I apologise. You were summoning your hyena, weren't you?
Oh, actually, no, that is also an action. So never mind.
Okay. Obsidian, you are in the
Cool,
water.
cool, cool. Yeah, I will swim below where Clem is and try to punch. Well, I would see if the walkway seems to be, breakable.
It's wooden deck, and you felt it squeaking and giving underfoot. I'd give it
Cool,
some,
yeah.
I'd give it some
I'd-
AC and some HP. But
So I'd try
I'm gonna
to.
put door rules on it, which I think is AC
Sure.
14, 10 HP.
All right. Well, I'll try to just punch through the floor essentially and grab from Dango, get him in the water. Sort of
Okay.
alligator tactics.
So that's going to be an attack. I'm going to allow you to bake.
Yeah.
Allow you to bake in a grapple challenge on that.
I would
So,
go
yeah.
for the reckless, and I suppose I would be on the surface of the water. So
Yeah, you'd be
Does
treading
that-
water underneath.
yeah, cool. Well, with a swim speed then. So let's see.
So
No.
you're being in the water would be. So it would be flat, wouldn't it? Because your disadvantage
Okay,
being.
well, I think
melee
both
in
of those would
water
hit.
would be weighed off. Yeah. Roll
Both
damage.
13 and 16. Yeah.
That's the Deccan's got 10 HP. You smash through the floor and grab onto Clem, and you're going to make an oppose. So make me an athletics. He's going to make an athletics or an acrobatics.
Right. Well. Okay. It's not bad. 33. Well,
What?
shit.
Matches. I don't know. What
Lovers
happens if-
grapple.
I don't know what happens if a grapple is a tie.
It's a lover's embrace then. We are now just by the rules. The rules say we
Let's
must
have a
kiss.
look. 5e grapple tie.
Meets beats it, right?
And,
If two
and
tie,
as we kiss, I will go for the unarmed strike.
it seems like a tie. If a check's
Yeah,
tie, it's
he
just
probably
it's
wins.
Just yeah.
No.
Well, anything else from you?
Could I still bite him from the water?
If you have any action economy, yeah, then yes.
Then I guess I will. Wait. Actually, maybe I could survive this considering where I am. So maybe I just rage instead and try to
Okay.
go at him next time.
Okay.
So just stay there in the hole in beneath the floor.
Hubris steps round to this hole. I'm going to leave you where you are for positioning, and just drives the flame-tongued greatsword out towards you. Dream
Rude.
Pie Hunger. Did you not hear him before, Atticus? That's just what I'm using as a placeholder for being underwater.
I see.
Well, probably it then.
Oh, did you say you were reckless or are you not?
Yes.
You were reckless, so I'll roll that one again.
Yes. Sure.
That would seem to be a hit.
He's in the water though, so like less fire, right?
Sure, yeah, that should be the
What did I-
case.
And then
Okay,
roll.
I can survive 3
A
of
second
that,
attack?
technically.
Oh,
Unless
well,
that
there's a
was
crit.
very low. Oh, okay, well. There goes that avenue then. Goodbye. Oh, I should have 2 temp HP. I'll just add that now.
Clem.
Applying the secondary damage?
Oh wait, no, I didn't hit. Okay.
Let's have a look.
It is applying everything.
Let's have a look at the damage. Yeah, it looks like
Oh
it.
wait.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Clem is going to step around away from this
cool.
hole in the floor underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're planning to make an attack opportunity against him, Obsidian.
Ooh, yeah. Happy to. That would be against Clem, and that would be normal still, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Can I get him inside the hole then with the crusher?
sure.
Good! I want that! Get over here!
Yeah, you drag him down into the hole with you. I'm going to put him just above you.
Sure,
for
yeah.
Targeting sake. And yeah, he hits the water and it looks very amused and say, then it's a change of plan. And you're still reckless, aren't you? So
I am, but he would be in the water though.
Yeah, so he gets the short sword. He's glowing short swords and just forward. I've
Fine.
negated water with that. Another one.
Miss. No. By one. Just on the money. Unfortunate. That will be me.
And then, yeah, he's just gonna climb back out and be where he is. And just attendant! And sort of point down to the hole. He will move back round to flank to get with Atticus and Ciri, but do nothing else. Ciri, it's you.
Okay, second wind. So bonus action, second wind. Healing normal. She's gonna take out her sword and she's like,
Beautiful
could learn nothing.
craftsmanship.
Thank you. Could learn nothing of you from your speedy footwork.
And you see, there's a moment, and like the moment of self-indulgence gives you that window to get in and nick him.
I'm going to unleash incarnation. So at the same time, Cora is going to do their very best to strike at Hubris. And miss. Oh, Cora, they're such a baby. I am not gonna last very long, so I'm gonna action surge. And going to attack Clem one more time with another booming blade. I don't know why it went twice. But it
Fool
doesn't
me
hit.
once.
Now, can I unleash a... No, I think it's probably... It doesn't say, but it's probably meant to be one per turn. So that's fine.
Anything else from you?
Sule smiles.
Cassiana just waves out a bit more. You're in the way, Clem! As always. Just stands up instead. And you see like the spark of lightning that had been building in her hand just dies down and she goes to swing the greatsword instead. Oh. Misses somehow. Huge chunk of the decking splinters up. Ha! You are quick on your feet.
Learn fast.
I am quicker.
Not fast enough. 33! Jesus Christ. Wow.
Just lands. Eats shit on the deck. Oh! I can't believe you've bled, Clem. And the icons fixate on you, Atticus. Just let's see what happens. So we have a 2. Please make me a DC 16 con save, Atticus. You manage to avoid the effects of paralyzation. Then, oh god, it's the death ray. Can you please make me a DC 16 Dex saving throw? As this one eye just flashes red. DC 16. as the eye flashes, you take 10d10
For
necrotic
an average
damage.
of 50 damage.
Do you have? Yeah, you just drop to the floor, and the healers come rushing in. But before they even get to you, you each find yourselves coming round to Clem casting some small ritual in the air that has you all sort of back to a single HP.
Ow.
Marvelously thought.
You are all very impressive. Aspirational, really.
The Adventurers Guild isn't just about slaying creatures, of course. Making connections. Grobuslazu could have just been another conquest, but saw that he was to be reasoned with, and now he was happy to take up arms lack of, for a bit of sport. We can't just go killing indiscriminately now, eh? However, you should all make a point of coming by later, as I do have a matter to discuss with you vis-a-vis the dragon slaying front, yes?
A pleasure as always.
As of Clem just sort of turns away mid-word, and like this to the gathered audience, but then like anyone he's nearby, he tries to grab like Atticus and Ceres and Ash's hands and hold them up and sort of get some sort of crowd response for you, and is given a very big, very sort of homelandery in like the you guys.
Can I check if he's got any sort of tears in the clothing or any sort of like where Civic got him?
He's got where his sleeves come up. He's got a slash on the side of his arm from you, but you notice that for the big gout of flame that Atticus unleashed on him, his clothing and cloak appears pristine. Asher.
At least drenched, though.
At least what? Yeah. Well, he will actually give you a clap on the shoulder, Obsidian, and be like, marvelously creative, devilish combat maneuvers, old pal.
If not for the fiery blades, our little tumble could have lasted a bit longer.
The quips will come in time with experience, the ability to roll those one-liners.
Well, yes, I am not native, after all.
Of course. I mean, casting no aspersions, of course. And yeah, you are cheered out of the audience, and you receive your prize, which for the round you are at amounts to 2,500 gold. And can one of you please roll me a D100?
Dibs.
Okay, Atticus,
It's
roll a
going to
D100.
be really low now because all my rolls are.
You are given a chest, which you are told contains a magic item. And it can, and for the sake of
A loot
an
box.
award, it is a lash of immolation, a magical weapon. I will put it into the party NPC, so you can you should be able to see it in the inventory.
Take it.
Yeah.
Feels like Clem would be very interested in that.
Yeah, the sages come out and give you another heal up. Does it show as identified even in the party thingy?
Yes.
Let me adjust that now.
Ooh, I've
Inventory.
never seen that before. It's quite cool. It's all squiggly. Interesting.
So, you are brought out, cheered, celebrated, healed up. You're all given small rosettes as official contenders, and you are asked if there's a location you would like to be written to, because having made it more than 3 rounds, you can get in to the next tournament in 6 months without paying a registration fee.
Ooh.
So would you like to give an address?
I mean, I'll just give the address of the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
reasonable.
same.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to attend to in the arena before you leave back to the city?
No, Asher just has a grin permanently affixed to her face after they tell us how much we're winning.
So it was worth it then, you know, getting ourselves smashed to pieces multiple times.
Absolutely. 100% would do again.
I guess that's what they call selling your body, you know?
Alright.
Not sure that it is.
Weird take,
Sure.
but sure. Technically correct.
Obsidian would just like to pay additional respect to the Stormborn, who he's quite grateful that he was able to see one in action.
Yeah. She is courteous, but slightly politely uninterested. She clearly is about her business.
What?
She appreciates the respect, but is like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
sure, great to see you too. And then back to her business. Yeah, so we're just leaving. Cool. You pass through.
Asida will apologize to Guruslasu.
Yeah, he seems to be a little confused at who you are and introduces himself to you again as if you're meeting for the first time. Yeah, you pass through the throngs. One of the attendants offers to escort you out. Everybody make me a insight check, please.
The dice
Wow.
decided.
Yeah. You are led out of the arena and waved off, and thanks, and through all like the thronged, busy, choked entrance. You get outside, and they slam the doors behind you as you leave, and you see that there is a sight waiting for you outside the arena. As you have exited, there is a bit of a group amassed for you in the street. You see
Oh.
nobody in the street civilian-wise, but there are around 30 guards assembled, led by a couple of figures. A large golem wearing a very, very ill-fitting sort of police uniform and like a little metal hat that seems to be strapped heavily to the head, as well as two officers at the front. The large red-headed officer who stopped you at a checkpoint, and a woman you haven't seen before. Her art is very action-oriented, but this is a very no-nonsense looking woman. The golem looks up at you all and is like, "You need come quietly." And the woman steps forward. It's like, "You need to be coming with us. As you can see, you have gallivanted for quite a while, but your charges have been racking up."
Charges?
"We can read them off at the station. But you will be coming with us, one way or another, yes?" And you see there are many cross, but most of these guards at the back. It's a very traditional setup, you know, archers at the front. And as you hear a couple of clicks, you look up and see even on the arena itself, there are some crossbows being trained down at you. And the golem goes, "Can come quietly or come screaming."
Nope, yeah, happy to oblige.
And you see a couple of
That's a
guards with manacles. Is anybody... So, Asher, are you offering your wrists?
I'm just being chill. I'm not gonna offer my wrist, but I am seeming cooperative.
Yeah. A guard will step forward with manacles and will attempt to manacle you.
Is this necessary? I'm more than happy to come with you down to whatever station.
With the body count you've racked up, we're not taking any chances.
I think you may be having me confused. Cool.
Anybody... To cut things short, is anybody going to violently resist being handcuffed?
No.
Oh, I made Siri invisible instead of restrained.
I mean, Obsidian will defer to Atticus and Syrah. So
I mean, I do really want to violently resist, but then, I mean, even
if it's just the two of us.
even if there was some mistaking things that like we've been attributed crimes that we didn't do, that would be a crime, and we would definitely go to jail anyway. And also never be able to set foot in Athkatla if we did escape. So probably just going to have to go to jail. And so that was where the rest of this campaign was spent.
Obsidian?
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
won't resist just
Yeah.
on his own. Even the first time, it was only because the others were.
Yeah. So you are, and the taller officer, the man is like, "Oh, well, I thought that was going to be damn unsightly. Quite happy that all worked well." And you said, shh, not now. And yeah, you are marched
Clearly, you
off.
are wrong about us.
And she just, that remains to be seen, but all the bodies at the Blink Dog, never mind the rest. We've been following you ever since you got out of the first jail.
Well, I mean, the bodies of the Blink Dog wasn't us, so the very first example that we made was not our fault.
Oh, God.
So good job there, policeman.
I'm gonna
Maybe
just
we
try
talk
and
about
kick
this.
towards Atticus, just X-nay on the Ocking Day.
And yeah, you are led off throughout the district, taken to a jail where the woman is like, "Separate them. Commander wants to get their stories separately." You are each shoved in jail. Where I have somewhere the appropriate music. Where was it? Oh no, I've lost my music. Try to remember somewhere that has a fairly chill. What was this music? Can't remember. Why won't my music play? Well, this is unfortunate. Can you hear music?
No.
No.
Just go with something that works. Not the most ideal. But yes, you each find yourselves handcuffed in a cell. With guards posted outside, staring at you. You're in separate wings. You can't even see into each other's cells. And after a few minutes of this, having only been sat there less than 5 minutes, Obsidian, guards come for you and lead you off. You are led into what looks to be a small office, a room that you can see. And there's a manacle post on the floor. you are chained, to the floor by the wrists. Still stood at your full height. And you see in the room the room is filled with guards at the back, most of who have weapons trained on you. The golem is in there. The woman officer is stood there in some sort of like note-taking capacity, and there is another figure. Make me a history check with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
A 10. They look familiar to you. You can't place exactly from where. But, yeah, looks like this. An older, grizzled, quite slightly dirty-looking man with good jawline who takes a cigar out of his mouth and stubs it out on the table. Is it? We'll get him a chair. We're not savages. And someone pushes a stool over for you. He stands up. Is like, so by your reckoning, what's your name?
So obsidian wouldn't sit, by the way.
Okay.
He's happy standing. Obsidian, they call me.
And where do they call you that? Where are you from?
Hell furnaces. The mountain of Azuma, does it say anything to you?
Not a bloody thing. Where's that?
Far away. It's a volcano.
Oh, okay. Well,
None of those around.
I should thank you. Your distinctive appearance has made it very easy to track you all from the get-go. I was rather interested at first to see why, after breaking out, you wouldn't leave. In fact, you went further into the city. But you have racked up quite a little trail. And sort of looks over to the woman and she reads on the list there. A charge of escaping prison. 3 charges of murdering a prison officer. Conspiracy to traffic illicit goods, possession of a controlled substance, 1 charge of murdering a city guard on the line of duty, 8 charges of murder in the River District, commercial arson, 1 charge of breaking and entering, 1 charge of attempted murder against a high-ranking member of a chivalric order, and 32 charges of murder in the what's now being called Blink Dog Massacre. That's obviously the death penalty on the best of days. But tell me what you can about that list that Captain Angerboda just read out to you.
Death penalty. Interesting. Well, have you gone through? No. Seems like you know everything already, first of all. So why even bother? Are there other things that seem unclear to you in all this?
Make an insight check.
I shall.
I didn't realise that this is one of those interrogations where you ask us. No, wait, it's not. Answer. What was your motive for this litany of misdeeds? And you hear one of the officers behind, why'd you kill a guard?
Now I have to actually think about it.
So, some
Right,
guards were killed during the prison escape, but there was a guard at the Silk Route warehouse.
Oh yeah, technically, I suppose. Did I kill him? Was it someone else? I don't remember. I don't believe I've killed a god. Any day. Let's see, for motive. For escaping prison, do you think I need a strong motive?
According to our records, you were in for 20 days for a fray.
Yes.
Was 20 days worth killing 3 prison guards?
I haven't killed a one of them. You might check that it's not quite my style the way they died, I imagine.
And the warehouse you burnt down?
The warehouse. Yeah. Have you been to its depths?
He sort of clearly is like a, go on.
The secret passages below it. A hidden chamber. Have you found it or have you not managed?
He'll give a nod to her and she makes a note. Investigations are still ongoing.
Well, there were guards in there, if I recall correctly, or at least people who looked that way.
Responding to a report of arson?
No. Before that. Before it burned down.
And why did you burn it down?
Well, first we went down. It was reported to be a drug den.
Reported by who?
Name that will show up several times from this point, I imagine. One Ardeth.
That's enough. Take him back to his cell. You are
Interesting.
led.
Would I be able to inside that part?
Yeah.
That cutoff at Ardeth specifically? Like, was that the name, or was it just they wanted like a baseline to have to go against, or was it specifically the name that triggered it?
It seems like he heard all he needed to hear.
Okay.
I need to make a very quick confession and pause. Luca, can you do me a favour? Because I'm the worst dog owner in the world. Can you please let our dog back in from when I let her out on my break? I can hear her whining. I've left her in the backyard for 1 hour. Oh dear. Dreadful, dreadful dog owner. Awful, awful. Give her a treat as well. Gija is horrified. Gija is traumatized. I feel very, very bad. I'm gonna give this dog a stroke before I keep talking again. Soka.
She's eating her treats.
I'm sorry. Oh no, it's been raining as well. She's wet. It's been raining.
It's barely drizzling.
I feel like a very bad dog owner. Good girl. I'm sorry.
Monkey points out that I've been muted, but I've been basically making high whiny noises and kind of going like, please give your dog a hug.
I'm sorry.
Give that dog a hug.
I'm sorry. Go on your bed, get warm. Dreadful. Oh, dreadful. She also stinks now. I'll send her back outside because she stinks. Anyway, I'm going to cover this for a second so that when I go black, I have a good reference point on the video for where I cut back in.
And you never go back.
And what?
And you never go back.
Yeah, I just stay off. So, you are led back and you are held in the corridor at one point as you hear a door unlock and Asher, you are brought through. And Atticus. You're both chained to the floor. And the same list of charges is read out. Would you like to fly through them out of character so they're fresh in your minds for the conversation?
Sure.
A charge each of escaping prison. 3 charges of murdering a prison officer, conspiracy to traffic illicit goods, possession of a controlled substance, 1 charge of murdering a city guard on the line of duty, 8 charges of murder in River District commercial arson, 1 charge of breaking and entering, 1 charge of attempted murder against a high-ranking member of the chivalric order, 32 charges of murder in the Blink Dog. I would love it if you could shed any light on your motives into these crimes.
Well, I mean, okay, half of those things weren't us. Like, we weren't even involved in them at all, you know?
Which ones weren't you involved in?
I mean,
The Blink Dog.
Let's say, and I'm putting a hand out to Atticus.
One moment, please, madam. You'll have your time to speak in just a moment. You were saying, Atticus.
Oh, God.
Look, we went down into the Blink Dog and found the carnage as it lay, okay? Furthermore, as we were looking around to see if there were any survivors, we were accosted by what appeared to be, I think there were 3 or 4 of them, like these draconic-looking, winged, lizardy, demony looking things, which tried to kill us while we were there.
That's brilliant. That's really, really helpful. So you can direct us to where you hid their bodies, because their bodies were not found among
No,
the
you
carnage.
see, they exploded into a puddle of acid when they died.
I forgot, Captain. They explode. That's a
Exactly.
dreadfully convenient thing.
It was very painful.
And
actually.
why were you going to the Blink Dog again?
Well, because we have had business with, I don't know if you'd call them the proprietors,
The Night Eyes.
I guess so.
Well, that one was easy, Captain. Which other one of these crimes are you saying was not attributed to you?
We did leave the prison, but the breaking out of prison, like, we didn't break out.
And killing
were-
3 guards in the process.
We didn't kill anyone during leaving the prison, nor did we do any breaking out. A bunch of people came in. I
Oh,
don't know
actually,
how.
if I can just interrupt 1 second, Atticus, something else comes to mind. Tell me more about this charge of attempted murder against a high-ranking member of a chivalric order.
Cool.
Tell us a little bit about that one. Because that one, I presume, is another case of mistaken identity.
I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know.
You weren't there, it wasn't your esteemed father's former colleague. Is that right? Yeah. According to the report. I mean,
I'm
don't get
sure-
me wrong. He reaches down and picks up like a really good sketch of you, just like that.
I mean, that could probably be anyone. Anyone who's handsome, at least, you know? But, like, my father has a lot of esteemed colleagues, so, like, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Okay, so now I know that you talk shit, so we can go back to his cell, please. And you are led back to your cell, leading
This is preposterous.
leaving just Asher, who I imagine is frantically typing in your shared group chat, "Don't talk to Carl." So yeah, Asher, you are left in there by yourself. Now, are you going to make any more sense of this?
Seems like you guys have really detailed reports. I don't know what you need us for.
I mean, if I can speak candidly, you've got a 7-foot-tall, volcanic-looking lizard man walking around the city with you. You have not been difficult to track or trace or get statements on at any point.
So, like, over the table, Asher was just there when they're talking about the Janos report.
Yeah.
And it's like, she doesn't think Janos would have reported that shit to the police, right? He's doing his own thing. He's like, that seems unlikely that he's like, hey, I'm on this weird vendetta mission. I'm gonna report this, break it. Like, what? No, that makes no sense that he would report it to the police of like this city he's living in. And Asher checked multiple times that day to see if there was any sign of me. Like, she was so confident at multiple points that no one was around seeing them go into that house or anywhere near it. So, like, at this point, she's like just feeling like this is just yet another level of setup by whomever hired Ardeth. And it seems pretty dumb to play that game. So yeah, she's just gonna look like, I mean, it seems like wherever you've gotten this information, they clearly have written a narrative for you to follow. I don't know why you need to bring me into it, since it seems that you have already made up your mind about this narrative.
Everyone loves to say that as soon as we get any questions. Oh, it wasn't me. Oh, you've already made it up. Oh, you've made your mind up already. We've brought you in here to get information.
Alright. What information? Because I just witnessed you receive information from my colleague, and you rebuffed it.
Which part was a rebuffal?
The whole thing.
The part where I didn't accept his
You refused
bollocks?
to accept anything he said. And so clearly,
Well, unfortunately, he
wherever
chose
you've
to
gotten
contest the
information, you
fact.
trust that more than live witness accounts. So I'm not sure what I can do for you, sir.
Okay, you're done. Okay, thank you. Your friend or colleague was talking bollocks because the knight who came in and gave the statement described him in detail in full. Of all the things to talk shit about, he chose the wrong one, unfortunately. But you know that, you were there as well. Although he did speak highly of you. Tell me about the drugs.
If any of your report is true, it is with such detail that I can only assume it was handed to you by someone. And if any part of our actions in those reports were actually things that we did, it was probably under some sort of form of coercion or extortion. Perhaps.
Oh, this is
by-
exhausting. Take her back. Bring the other one.
Cool talk. Glad you were willing to listen.
Siri, you are brought in. The same shackle
Where's my
thing.
brother?
A chair is offered. It's like, your brother's in a separate holding cell. He is hard work.
Is he alright?
Absolutely. As you'll see, we're not in the business of roughing up prisoners.
Okay, and who are you?
Commander Grimes. This is my watch. This is Captain Angerborder. Sergeant Splatter is at the back over there. Pointing to the golem. Those are the main names and faces. And you are Siri.
Gladstone.
You don't half keep company with some arseholes. So, they will read off the list of charges. Can you make sense of any of these? Because one of your lot has admitted to some of it. One of us has fed us a load of smash for state, don't believe the policeman bollocks. And your brother seems to be unable to stop lying under any circumstances. I'm hoping for a more rational mind to make sense of some of this.
I can make sense of it, but will you
Tell me
listen?
that to you. So long as you don't start pulling my leg, happy to listen.
You will find I cannot tell a lie.
And there's a bit of just a look around from each other and like,
As to the first charge, the guard whose throat was slit, that was not us. We were taken as we entered the city, as you know, under false pretenses. May I add?
gate
As we
guards
were-
are dirty bastards. Yes.
We made the acquaintance of a young woman called Quintessa. And I'm going to check if that name registers. Also, by the way, you asked Obsidian, but you didn't ask us if we recognize this man. Just
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, yeah. If each of you makes me that DC, I think DC 12 history check, I think it was, wasn't it?
just off on the
You can all
in case that unlocks something.
yeah, Atticus and Asher can make that check as well. They've all seen him. Yeah, so
Ooh.
Atticus,
Which check? I'm sorry.
a history check, please. DC 12.
I just want to know if I know who I'm addressing or not. You know, that changes things.
Yeah, Syrian Atticus would remember that you briefly encountered this man in Milton's. He sort of turned up near the end of them sorting out the crime scene in Milton's when you got rid of those thugs.
Okay.
So you were there. Oh yeah, sorry, the name. The name does register. He gives a slight nod. That'll be Fandrel's. That'll be Fandrel's daughter.
Right. Do you know of her whereabouts?
I would imagine whatever young, rich, foolish socialites do. Probably whining or dining or nursing a headache at home.
Seems that I may have information that might also be useful to you, but we'll get back to that.
We certainly will then. Continue.
She mentioned she'd been keeping company and that she expected to be freed. Before we knew it, three gentlemen swapped into the prison and cut the throat of the prison guard. It had nothing to do with us. As we escaped, my brother knocked one of the guards unconscious, non-lethally, and then we made our way out of the sewers.
What then?
Found refuge in one of your bars in the city, where we met a young man in need of help by the name of Milton. We did, indeed, roughen up some thugs that had taken his shop.
I remember. That's where we met.
Some of my companions found a misplaced sense of loyalty or debt to be repaid to the man that had freed us from prison. We went to visit him to the Blink Dog. He told us there was a new drug making its way into the city in a warehouse, and asked us to dispose of this drug. We went to the warehouse. I did indeed, non-lethally, knock down one of the cops that was guarding it. I believe you may have found his body around some crates. Inside we found poison. We were immediately attacked by the people inside the warehouse who identified themselves as members of the Thieves Guild. It was self-defense. There was no room for talk.
Tell me about the knight who you broke into his house and attacked. I believe there's a bit of a familial connection there.
It was. You should be aware that we went to this man's house under false pretenses. We had been advised that he was keeping someone in there as a hostage We intended to free this hostage. Clearly, the situation was different, and so we retreated peacefully. You will find Janos is unharmed. Nothing is missing from his house. Indeed, earlier that morning, we were of deep service to one of your very own temples, as we helped assist clear the Dragon Hall from an attack they had suffered. And then lastly, to this massacre charge.
You've actually told a lie.
Should I go on? Have I?
Sir Janos Farcam reported the theft of one family historical tome, the life and trials of Sir Keldor Farcam. But maybe that wasn't you.
I was not aware.
Asher stole a book. Or Atticus, I can't remember.
Yeah, but you will. If he has any insight, he will read
Yeah.
that straight from Cedar.
What about all the murders you committed in the Blink Dog?
No such thing. We went to confront Arthur once and for all, and found the bodies in the Blink Dog as they were. We were then attacked by some creatures.
Describe those creatures to me. I heard fascinating details.
Winged, draconic looking.
And where did you hide the bodies?
Of the creatures, they weren't the need to be hidden. They just vanished.
That's a terrible shame. So, getting involved with crime syndicates, hearing about alleged kidnappings and drug dens, why did you take it upon yourselves? Why not report it like any citizen would?
Because the moment we stepped foot, or we tried to step foot in this place, we were immediately arrested. We have been doing good deeds. We have been helping farmers outside the city.
Make an insight check.
Business owners. Insight check. I have no insight. Hi.
Okay, carry on.
6, actually. We've been trying to help. We've been signed up as good members of the Adventurers Guild. We have one of our members is here just to trade, to serve the city. All we have heard in return is that there is lies and deception and corruption. And the charges that you are bringing against us make me believe that everything I have heard from the police is true. You will take everything I have said now and twist it and use it against us, won't you not?
Oh, spare me all that shite. I'm not interested in all these sob stories. I'm trying to find out the truth of what's actually happened. Tell them about the drugs.
What drugs? The poison. We burned it in the warehouse.
One of your groupers purchased and trafficked illicit goods. Your brother had, because obviously all your bags would have been taken. 2 of your group were found with controlled substances on them.
One of them was found in an underground temple where Ardeth was hiding. In fact, I suspect you will find the rest of the stash in the same place.
An
We could
underground
take you
temple?
to it.
Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't want to make you put your shoes back on. You can just tell us where it is.
I don't think I will.
Right. Unfortunate. So tell me about this magical, mystical temple then. Is the temple here in the trade district?
You said you wanted the truth. Why do you seek this truth? You know a lot about me, I know nothing about you.
I mean, we're not dating. This is police work.
Is it? I just offered you to take you to a temple. You
Yeah, you don't
seem
get
to...
to talk your way out of prison to go and get. You tell us where the crime has been committed, and we investigate. That's how it works.
Sure, and I should be able to enter a city without having committed any crimes and not be immediately arrested. You don't trust me, I don't trust you.
Unfortunately,
We
there's
have
a bit of
a-
a disparity in our position in that I am a commander of a city watch and you are under arrest for suspected crimes. So if you want
You're
to
a commander
generate
of
some
City
good
Watch.
faith, you can tell me where we could look into this, and if it proves fruitful, then there we go. I'm beginning to trust you.
We have committed good acts in the city. We've proven our value to the city.
Oh,
Already.
I know you have. I've got a list here. Commendation some local merchants. Commendation some local temples. Multiple local temples. You've been giving money away and helping them out with problems. And, despite breaking into his house, I've had a very complex commendation about you personally from a member of a Radiant Heart.
Then treat me as a partner and not some sort of
But you're not a
prisoner
partner,
you get to.
because there's also a huge list of crimes that all seem to be pointing directly to you. You're saying they're not. I'm willing to listen to that. But make no mistake, we are not equals in this matter. Show me some goodwill and tell me where this temple is, and we go from there.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
Not gonna tell me much. More about like instinct, like trustworthiness. Fire to the rescue.
Yeah, he seems to be, through this conversation so far, you've got the impression that this guy seems to be very, very no nonsense. He does seem to be a bit of a born policeman.
Then I'm going to let him know how to get inside the temple and the kind of secret code thing that, or the word that entry door was. I have forgotten. City hasn't. You should also be aware there is one of the creatures I mentioned, the winged creature. Last we left, it was locked inside the room. There's also another room that contains, to hear my brother explain, malformed blobs of flesh. It is the dangerous place.
And he sort of turns to her and is like, send turn up and 10 men. And she steps out for a moment, during which he just takes a drag of his cigar and reads something on his page for a moment before she comes back in. He's like, thank you. Uncuff her. You're still under arrest, but respect deserves respect. And yeah, your manacles are undone.
Thank you.
Why are you travelling
Mikasa,
with these others?
before we move on, might be wise to check if Quintessa is indeed missing or not. Last we heard of her, she was being seduced by one of the Night Eyes, probably to earn her favor and grant permission from her father. She's become a good friend to one of my companions. And
Not
they
your
would...
brother.
No,
Yeah, figures.
Ashibata. Just a check-in.
Yeah. Wanting to use her to get someone into the city then?
Some trade permissions, probably related to this drug.
What else do you know about this drug?
Not much, other than it seems to have some very potent altering properties. I think Ardeth was involved in some sort of cult.
And where is Ardeth now?
Dead.
How?
The vengeance of a very angry woman.
So you and your lot killed him?
We confronted him. It turned violent. We had wished to gain more information, but, well, that was not what was in the card for us. And he fled. I tried to pursue, to apprehend him. And, well, as I said, he managed to anger a very powerful woman.
So I'm trying to work out if you're actually just a bit of a politician with speaking, or if you actually can't tell lies and are so just given big, flowery ways of avoiding actually saying yes or no. Is Ardeth dead?
Yes,
Yes or no? Was it by your group's hand?
yes.
Okay. Much easier to be direct. Did you get any information? What can you tell us about his organisation or where this drug's coming from? It can't end with him.
Nothing.
Is that a
I had hoped
lie,
to-
or is that a Gija forgetting you have a very detailed letter?
Oh no, yeah, something about a outpost, right? Okay, sorry, rewind.
Yagashore
Uh,
trade meat and the firebrands. I love how I gave you all the most exposition-y letter and you all have forgotten that one document.
Maybe after your companions come back from the temple, we can all have a conversation, perhaps in a more dignified setting with my companions freed.
I can see us unshackling the Dragonborn. Oh, I didn't really ask. Kind of a bit. Your companion from the volcano. But this Asher, she's a lifelong grifter and a bit weaselly, and your brother, thankfully, I feel more inclined to gag than uncuff at the moment.
I would be lying if I didn't understand the sentiment.
So he's like, just sit there for a bit. Can we get you a tea?
I'd rather have some ale.
There's a bit of a chuckle in my room. You're given a bottle of rather weak ale, and about an hour passes before a guard comes in, whispers something to the commander, and he gives a nod. Seems you were telling the truth. Fetch the others. Where the hell did I put Atticus? Oh, sorry, Obsidian. Where is Obsidian? He's gone on the map for me. Obsidian,
I am on the map.
which room are you in?
Athkatla guard.
I left you in the corridor. I didn't put you in a cell.
Apparently so.
So your companions are brought in, and although none of you are manacled to the floor, the others do keep their manacles on, but you are given the front benches to sit on. And the commander...
I shall not.
The commander comes forward a table and sits down.
Then I shall tower over him.
You'll get blisters if you stand like that all day.
Blisters here on these surfaces. You don't
And
know
yeah,
about
the others
blister.
would notice. The others would notice that Ciri is no longer shackled. So now that one of you has been more inclined to tell the truth, shall I tell you what I think? And he sort of gives a nod, and the other guards, most of the other guards at the back, file out the room. I think You're a bunch of knobheads who've got mixed up in stuff that you had no right getting mixed into. But there is some very conflicting information here. There are people in this city who seem to be thinking you're doing quite a lot of good. It must be said, except you, mate, who seems to be a bit of an arsehole, but your sister appears to be making up for it.
That doesn't.
I don't
sound like
think
a
it'll be
fair
necessary for you to
representation
speak at the moment.
of anything, to be honest.
Asher,
I was present for all of those good deeds, okay? In fact, leading the charge.
Asher, quite a bit of contraband on you.
I'm sure the others have already said anything that we've found on our excursions.
Did you all know that Siri, by her own admission, is incapable of telling lies?
That makes sense for her.
An unfortunate but long-standing character trait, yes.
So we've had a great conversation. If I were to be convinced that you did not kill 32 members of a crime syndicate and then defend yourselves against mysterious, exploding or vanishing dragon assailants, a handful of things that you've said do line up. One of the guards in the prison riot was knocked out, not killed. We did find an unconscious guard near that warehouse, stacked in some crates. And you have had multiple people say a lot of good here. Do you know how boring I find priests? We've been following you around, checking up on what you've been doing, because it's been very strange you haven't left. I had to sit there for an hour and 45 minutes while some Ogmite bookworm tore my fucking ear off.
They are pretty boring, those guys, gotta say.
So you've attacked guards, but non-lethally. You've burnt a warehouse down. Why did you break in to this knight's house?
To
Sir Janos Firecam. Who did you think was being kept prisoner there?
I'm just gonna look at Sarah to see if she's gonna answer.
As I said, my brother had a report he heard from town. Someone asking for help on behalf of a captive hostage in the mansion. And as I said, once we got in there and assessed the situation, we found that to be quite different. And
A
have been
demon,
our
if
mistake.
accounts are to be believed.
That is correct. And so when we saw it was a demon, in short, we left the place and apologized.
Some of
Sir
you
Janos.
did. This one went back for seconds.
You know, I really don't recall. It's probably the head trauma from Mr. Firecam smashing my brains out.
It was unfortunate. But I believe
He
Sir
also
Janos,
struck the first blow when we came in, just saying.
I mean, you were in his house, breaking and entering. The city's laws are quite clear on the right
I
to defend
understand
yourself.
that, but, you know, we thought we were, rescuing someone.
Hey, can
my
I ask a
understanding is
question,
that
sir?
Go on, Asher.
What of the guards found unconscious at this warehouse that was a front for a criminal organization smuggling poison and drugs? What were they doing there?
Well, the one who you left in a pile of crates was just doing his rounds. The one we identified inside, it sort of glances at Angerboda. We had been investigating internally, which does lend some slight credit to your tale.
And yet you're casting suspicion on us for not trusting.
We're conducting an investigation and not telling you up front.
You?
I don't think you realise here that for every step you take forward with me, you then seem to gob off and take two back. Did you give the details of the letter, Gija? About
Not yet.
him, yeah. So
Not yet.
now we're all gathered together, and you're beginning to trust us, and I'm beginning to trust you. And he sort of gestures to the manacles, and the manacles are taken off the rest of you.
Why would I trust someone who tells the man to take me away as soon as Ardeth is mentioned?
Classic interrogation tactics. I already knew that
Uncharacteristic.
Ardeth's name was already known to us.
But not his deeds, apparently.
Some in part. Some, I think, by this point, it's clear to say there has obviously been a bit of an attempt to attribute some stuff to you lot. It's all been a little bit too presented with a bow to not look at under more scrutiny. I mean, you've definitely fucked up, but I think perhaps you have not fucked up quite as much as perhaps Ardeth or whoever, now that Ciri's killed him, we'll never know, would like us to have thought. But tell me about who he was reporting to then, Ciri. And bottles of ale are offered to each of you, by the way, or tea.
You're right in that we stumbled into something that is bigger than us and that we didn't really quite understand. And we still don't. The problem persists that you have people in your organization that have been bought, that are untrustworthy, that have been working with these people. I think it is better if we continue working together but separate. I think that works for you and it works for us.
Depending on the information you give me, that might have been what I have in mind.
But if I give you certain information and it gets out, the people might scatter, plans might change.
Anger Border and Splatter are above reproach when it comes to the information you're about to give us.
Asira's going to check in with the group. I'm going to do an inside read on the group. It's like a cold reading on your faces.
Asher will just give
There.
kind of an exasperated shrug.
You will not find anything in Obsidian's visage.
Does the name Sendax ring any bells? And I would like to see his face.
No. And yeah, you can tell it doesn't, even without an inside check.
Sendax is the name of a powerful dragon. There is a cult that has popped up in his name. Whether it is based on anything, we don't know the extent of this. We just know they have some operations running outside of Athkatla. And that this drug is important and that it is being smuggled into the city, or the intent is that it's smuggled into the city. the next steps for us would be to see what we could find out about this operation. There is an additional element. Are you familiar with the firebrands?
And I think with mention of the firebrands, we will pause mid-conversation, given the hour, because I feel like this conversation could go on for a while. And we will.
Oh my god, it's 11.
We will pick this up next week because I am keeping Monkey from his beloved. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. A very talky, combat-y session, and we will pick up with that next week. Bye-bye.